Hey, welcome back. I just ended another video because it was getting 20 minutes long, and I have more to say. So I figured, well, I'm going to turn it back on and keep going at it here. It's whomping here. I should plug that in so it's charged a little bit. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting a message now. I'll text you back in just a minute. My friend Jennifer, she just sent me a text checking on me, asking me how I'm doing. I walked away from a lot of people. People that have been negative in my life, or people that ugly stuff that happened in my family when my mom died, and everybody got greedy and started taking, and all this ugly crap started happening. I've never been that person. I've always been close to God, and it just makes me sick and very disappointed in my siblings and stuff. There's a lot of history there. My brother's got history going a long time. He's very narcissistic. They should have his picture next to the definition. My two stepsisters, I love them, but I don't know what's going on with them, what the hurt and why they acted the way they did. I'm very disappointed in them. I thought they'd be a much stronger support system when Ma died and stuff. But they got feelings too, so who knows? I don't understand it all, but a lot of ugly stuff's happened. I forgive them. I love them. I pray that they get closer to God. I don't know if they will or not, but I forgive them. It doesn't justify their actions, but I had to walk away from all these people. So I walked away from them all, which is very different. One of my biggest fears in life was growing old alone or something, And so it's very terrifying when all this happened. And I've been so alone now for so long. Kind of gotten used to it. I don't like it. I still, hope that at some point I find that significant other that I can just flow with, that I'm happy with. But until then, I'm going to keep being me and keep being happy and living life. But I walked away from a lot of people that were backstabbing, manipulating, creating a bunch of chaos, because misery loves company, and people can't stand for somebody to do good when they're not, or something, when they're that type of person. So walked away from all that, because if you're around negativity, you can't change people unless they want to change. If they want to change or have a better life, then you can help them if you have the abilities. And I've got gifts. God gave me a lot of gifts on how to heal people in so many different ways. But what I've learned through the years, and I've helped heal a lot of people. A lot of my friends when I was younger used to call me the doctor, and or Dr. D. And God's blessed me with, I don't know, He's just really blessed me with a good head on my shoulders and a lot of skills. Not only do I know carpentry, masonry, electrical, sheetrock, roofing. I've done so many different things. It just all kind of comes to me. Anything I don't know or haven't done, it's like I can walk into it and just learn it pretty dang quick. But now I'm getting older, so I ain't got that whippersnapper energy like I used to have when I was younger. But anyway, so I walked away from all these people and other people too that I love. I've got other family on my mom's side, and I love them with all my heart. They're good. They care about me. They worry about me and stuff. But they all got lives to live too, even though they're good people. I got my, I don't know how to say it. I hate to say rotten, but I got my rotten family that's just been really not nice. That's why I said rotten. If you didn't notice. But and them I just need to stay away from, because they're just, all they want to do is they've got their own agendas or what reasons or whatever, but I ain't got time to figure it all out or fight with them all about it. I'm not getting any younger. I got a life to live, and I'm going to live it, and I'm going to live a very good, enjoyable life. I've done that all my life. The good Lord has blessed me. One of the biggest things I prayed the Lord about since I've been little is that even though I have different wants and desires throughout life, and as I've changed from when I was younger to get older, those wants or desires have changed, as you get older and get wisdom or experience and stuff like that. When I was young, I used to think, oh, I want this big old castle kind of house. And I have all these different rooms, and I have an arcade room, and I have pool tables, and bowling alleys, and swimming pools, and, I was dreaming big, And now I'm older, I don't need all that. I don't need that at all. It'd be different, I've got ideas on how to help people that are travelers or homeless or nomads. I've got some big ideas, but it's going to take... I got to get on my feet and get some other stuff going first to be able to do the bigger things like that. Now, in the meantime, I'll keep helping people like I always do. Got them all over the map here. Oh, boy, how do I ever focus and keep talking about the same subject? I should rein myself back in here. So, I have walked away from a lot of people. Okay, we're backing up, and I'm going to try to get back on track here. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So, I don't even know where I was going with it. I had a whole point and everything. I just got, it's weird when you get so much going on in life. Your brain kind of gets on overload a little bit sometimes, It's hard to think straight about stuff. But I know God's got a reason for it all. He told me to come to Forest Lake here, and I did, from the foundry. Oh, that's what I started getting at in the end of the last video that was bringing me into this video. Aha, now I remember. Ta-da! Light bulb, don't forget it, Darren. The job thing, I ain't afraid of work. I've worked some dang hard jobs. I got a boatload of skills. All the interviews I've had have been wonderful, but I haven't been hired. And I don't think God wants me. He don't want me to work yet. He even told me that. He told me he didn't want me to work a normal job anymore when he wanted me to leave the foundry. And that turned into a termination deal. I was all in between my own battle with the Lord about him wanting me to leave there, and I'm wanting to stockpile more money, try to stockpile some money in case I didn't find a job. He kept telling me I had to go, and I didn't want to listen. Well, then things got uglier there, even though it was weird. No matter how nice you are to people, no matter how hard you try to keep the peace and stuff, boy, when you run into dark people, I'm understanding more and more about spiritual warfare and stuff. Sometimes you run into dark people, and maybe it ain't the people that's dark. Maybe they got their own demons that they're lost in or something. I don't know. But sometimes it don't matter how nice you are to people or how far you extend yourself to help people. Some people just will be not nice to you, or kick the ladder right out from underneath you, or kick your legs out from underneath you or something, just to try to beat you down, And I won't tolerate that. If I get mistreated, I'll only try so hard. And if I get mistreated, I'll sit down and talk to somebody. I'll pull them right aside and say, listen, I'm a good person. I don't need to be treated this way. So we're going to communicate here. We're going to figure this out. And, but if not, if I'm really being mistreated like I was at the founder too, but with changes in management and stuff. Yeah, it just got ugly. So it was like I got forced out of there. Kind of, I don't know. I was definitely quiet fired. But what can you do? So my whole life has just gotten really crazy. But guess what? I'm okay. The Lord's got a reason for it all. And that's what got me up here. And dang it, I think I got sidetracked again. It's weird. You start thinking about all that stuff. And working. Yeah, that's what it was. So and then when the Lord told me that He wanted me to come up here, and He didn't want me to work a normal job, I didn't quite understand it. I don't get it. But He's wanted me to go through everything I've been going through, because I've met and helped so many people, and every time I think maybe I'm doing it wrong, He'll show me confirmation. Something will happen or that, and I just know. Okay, yep, I'm hearing them and following them, right? And I would keep talking about it in my prior videos that I've had. Numerous times I've had testimony videos throughout all these videos about different ways God confirms stuff, and I'm doing it live as it's happening, happening. That's why I started doing this channel while I'm in the mud of life. A little fancy little Mustang convertible there. So, who wants to air their dirty laundry or be vulnerable to the whole world like I'm doing right now, I almost didn't do it. I was thinking I wanted to wait till my life got good and then I'll make videos, But, because God wanted me to start talking about it more, I've been doing that because I got a healthy fear of the Lord. And so I always do whatever He tells me to do. Wherever the Lord or the Holy Spirit or God, however it goes, wherever I'm guided, I go. I do it. Sometimes I'm a little slow about it. Sometimes it's not easy stuff, Sometimes He can give you some pretty hard stuff that He'll tell you to do. And it just ain't easy. Like one of my friends, I had to tell her stuff that I didn't want to tell her because I wanted to protect her feelings. I didn't want her to... She's had enough struggles in life. I didn't want to have to tell her things that would hurt her feelings. God told me I had to tell her. But He gave me a whole list of stuff that I had to tell her. And I thought I was doing good by keeping stuff from her so her feelings wouldn't get hurt. And, I got it out. I mean, there's a lot more to get out, but I told her after I told her a bunch of stuff and told her that God told me I had to tell her. So, no matter how it turned out, that's what God wanted. So, even if you get mad at me or don't believe me or whatever, and that makes you not want to be around me, well, at least I did what God told me to do. And I will always do what God tells me to do. I always do what's right to the best of my ability, I mean, well, I always do what's right, but as far as I perceive what's right. Even when I don't like it. And it's not fair. It isn't. It sucks. Sometimes it sucks big time. So yeah, I'm still bouncing all over the place, but this work thing, I've been really arguing with God about it a lot because I am not afraid of work. I will bust my tail, but I am getting older, and it is getting harder on my body. I'm glad I'm out of the foundry, even though I was making good money there. It helped me make enough money to put over $5,000 into this camper. I haven't totaled it all up yet, but I know it's for sure over 5,000. Might be over 6 or 7. I don't know. But that was because I wanted to make sure all the drivetrain was good. So in case I didn't find work or something, or however, didn't want to have something break down, and then I didn't know how I was going to afford it. Well, I think God wanted me to learn to trust Him more. Even though I got strong faith, He wanted me to have more faith in that He will provide. Because He's been showing me that through this whole last year. It's been almost a year now I've been out of work. Because the very beginning, end of May, June last year is when I was done working. I was out of money by like the end of July or beginning of August or something like that. And I've got the issue of God telling me He didn't want me to work a normal job, and I don't quite understand that. I don't know why it's the way it is, because some people say that when God guides you, you'll know it's clear or whatever, but I don't know. I'm sorry, it's just how it is for this situation anyway. And I have went and done interviews anyway, and I argue with God about it all, but I do get scared every time I fill out job applications and stuff because I feel like I'm disobeying God because I know what He told me. But it has been, I know part of it's His plan. I know it is, because I had to learn how to accept help. And what He wanted me to do, He said my pride for accepting help I had too much pride, and I had to learn how to accept help. God, that's hard to do. It's very hard to do. And I've learned to do it. I still have a hard time with it, but I've learned to accept help. Still get emotional about it sometimes. Anyway, there's that word sneaking in on me. So I'm really getting frustrated with Him lately because I don't, as much as He's provided. He's kept me going through the whole winter. The Lord has provided through the community people, the churches, everything. He's provided to keep me through a blistery, nasty, cold Minnesota winter. here I am. I didn't freeze to death. I had some close calls where when we had 20, 40 below weather coming, I don't know how cold it was going to get in here, and then because when it's really windy and really cold, this isn't an insulated winter unit, so one night that I had a cold night was even with the heater cranked up, it got down to like 45 degrees in here or something like that. I have been 33 degrees in here, 32, 33. But that's because I had it dialed down lower to save energy when I wasn't in the camper, so then I had to crank it up and it took a while to warm up. But yeah, it's been a challenge. All of it. I don't even know. Like I said, I turn this camera on. I don't script it. I just turn it on and start talking. So I hope I got my main points out. And I bounce all over the map. I hope you're all keeping up with me just fine. Maybe someday this channel will catch on and help a lot of people. It's already helped a lot of people. Not a lot, but enough. I mean, even if it only helped one person, it's all worth it. But it's helping more than one person because I've had lots of people talk to me. And I got a feeling at some point it might grow really big, which would be nice, especially if I was able to monetize and I could turn that into part of a living to be able to help people and stuff easier. And but it's kind of nervous. It gets me a little nervous too because if it got really, really big, it's a bigger responsibility. And then some people like in town here that watch my channel or I talk to about God and life and stuff. Some people really rely on you. Like my friend who I got to text back here in a little bit, I can tell she turns to me a lot. And I talked to her a lot about God and stuff, and I think she's been learning a lot to where there's different things that she couldn't handle on her own before that she didn't know how to deal with, that she'd turn to me about. And now I can tell she's getting stronger in different ways, and she's talking and praying to God more and stuff and that. But it was getting hard on me for a while because I got a lot of people that turn to me and come to me for help. And God told me I couldn't help take everybody's problem on as my problem, So that's something I'm in the process of working on, is that learning how to kind of help people but yet stay on the path God wants me on. Because He don't want me to get slowed down too much because He's got big things ahead for me. And I keep telling Him to send in that financial abundance. I joke. Sometimes I really tease Him. Sometimes I'm a real smart aleck with Him. Because I know bigger things are coming. I can feel it, but I'm just getting sick of waiting, and God's time is different than my time. I get impatient. I'm a human being. Well, the other day, for example, me poking fun with God, talking to God about all this, and I'm stressing out. Like, sometimes I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to work. I'm going to do it. And I try, but I don't get hired. But anyway, so I'm arguing with God about, send me some financial abundance at least, or whatever. And be nice if I could get, doesn't have to be, hundreds of millions of dollars right away. But, even if you could send me a nice little lump to, get a home base or something like that. And I'll keep doing wherever He wants me to go with God, but finances really help, it's just the world we live in, And I'm like, so you can send them at any time. Remember this, Lord? And I'm like, I was getting, because I was really frustrated, but I was being silly too. And I had my window open. The wind's blowing, because I got my when I get both windows open, you can get a nice cross breeze in here. With the nicer weather, it's kind of nice. Not being everything all sealed up and stuffy. Now I've got fresh air flowing through, and I'm like, so that was making me feel better. And so that's probably why I was silly and joking with God. But then my screen I can slide open too, so I can lean right out my window, so I could almost do it like a food truck, And but as the wind's blowing through, and I'm talking to God about sending me financial abundance, and I keep feeling like it's close, and and I know all these things of I don't know Scripture super well, but I know enough about the faith of the mustard seed is all you need, and you can move mountains and stuff, and the Lord will provide and all that, and all of it is real. It's all very, very real. Yeah, I mean, There's no denying it. It's happened to me too much in my life. Times that I've lost everything and rebuilt. God has just done so many amazing things in my life. So I know it's all real, but it doesn't mean I'm not human and don't still get frustrated. So here I am back to debating with God about all this abundant stuff and my whole situation that I feel I'm kind of caught between a rock and a hard spot. And while I'm kind of complaining to God about sending me some financial abundance and that he could kind of get to stepping and hurry up on it a little bit. He knows I'm joking, but sometimes there's a seriousness to it too. But so while the wind's blowing through, I slide my screen open so there's nothing. It's just a big openness, there. And I say, there you go. Even got the screen out of the way. I don't see that money flying in here yet. And of course I start laughing even though I'm stressed out. And that's just me and my stupid humor. But and I think God really likes my humor. And there's times that I'll sing or dance and stuff. I know God likes seeing all that stuff. But I do, and he knows that I do get stressed out. So I hope somehow I can figure this all out. And I keep telling him I'm going to go to work. And I hope it's not going to hurt me too bad. Because I really do feel like I'm going against him if I do that. And although I keep applying to jobs and stuff. But I got some more ideas. Guess it doesn't matter if God don't want it to happen, it's not going to happen. But something's got to change, so I don't know. But it's a debate I've been having with the Lord a lot. And I sure wish it would just all happen already, because I know it's gonna, but I feel kind of like, in a way, I almost feel like I almost said it, well, it came out rotten. I was gonna say like he's nailed my feet in place or something, but I don't mean that in a bad way, because I don't want that to refer to the crucifixion or nothing, but that's what it made me think about right when I was about to say it. But I feel like he's kind of like pinned me in a spot and said, no, this is where you're going to be and this is what you're going to do. And no, I don't want you to work here, there. You're going to stay right here. You're going to go through this tough time. And you're going to experience and you're going to learn some things out of it. Okay? And that's what I think, really believe is going on with me. Well, I've had enough. You hear that, Lord? So, that's kind of where I'm at. So, that's me being real. That's what I do with God, just like I just did. So, we'll see. But yeah, it's as much as I can laugh and joke about it, it still gets to me a bit. We'll see. I don't know. But once again, this video has gotten longer than the other one, so thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you'd give it a thumbs up, that's wonderful. God bless you. Talk to God. Tell him Darren says hi, and we will see you on the next one.